crypto, the notion that SEC Chairman Gary Gensler is quitting has swept Twitter. John Deaton, an attorney who is in favor of XRP, Linda Jones, a well-known Wall Street veteran, predicts a big rush of institutional money ready to join the XRP market, although the timing remains undetermined. Due to the continuing legal struggle between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, XRP has been a recurring issue among experts, drawing significant interest in 2023. The essence of the issue is the SEC's claim that XRP sales, both primary and secondary, qualify as investment contracts, implying that XRP should be classed as a security. If this accusation is shown to be accurate, Ripple might be accused of executing an unregistered securities offering for more than $1 billion. Furthermore, XRP would be subject to SEC regulatory scrutiny. Numerous experts and XRP supporters say that the long-running legal fight has considerably lowered the token's price. However, Linda Jones believes that institutions would eventually drive XRP's value higher if greater legal clarification is supplied. Although Judge Annalisa Torres recently ruled in Ripple's favor, declaring that secondary XRP purchases do not constitute investment contracts, the legal procedures are far from over. Jones emphasizes the role that congressional legislation would have in raising the price of XRP. In my opinion, institutional money will drive XRP's price higher, Jones says. Legal clarity and structure are required for institutions. One crucial component was the litigation. More congressional legislation is required, but it will be passed. The money will then pour in a massive wave. They're getting ready. While the current legal battle between Ripple and the SEC has brought some early respite for XRP, the final outcome and market direction will be determined by future legal developments. The involvement of institutions and the passage of congressional legislation to provide a clearer legal framework are believed to be critical in unlocking the potential of XRP and drawing significant investment into the digital currency. As the market waits for clarification on XRP's regulatory status, focus shifts to the acts of institutions and politicians whose choices will influence the future of Ripple's asset and possibly release a tsunami of wealth into the XRP ecosystem. According to the SEC complaint, Ripple Labs generated more than $1 billion via the sale of unregistered securities. According to the SEC, XRP is a security since it was marketed by Ripple as an investment contract, which is a sort of financial instrument that allows investors to benefit from the efforts of others. The action filed by the SEC is based on the Howey test, a four-part examination used to evaluate whether a financial item is a security. The following questions are asked on the Howey test. According to the SEC, XRP fulfills all four sections of the Howey test. According to the SEC, XRP investors place their money at risk in the hope of profiting from the efforts of Ripple Labs and other third parties. The SEC further claims that XRP is a common enterprise since it is used to enable Ripple network transactions. Predictions and guesses are widespread in the quickly growing world of cryptocurrency. However, when a famous individual like Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, makes a remark, the crypto world stands up and takes note. Garlinghouse has said that XRP is in the same category as Bitcoin, even going so far as to say that XRP is the next Bitcoin. In delving further into his XRP vision, Garlinghouse established a grandiose target price of $10,000 for the digital currency. To many, such a number may seem implausible, particularly in light of market capitalization and the massive amount of money that would need to flow into XRP to attain this goal. However, the Ripple CEO soon responded, claiming that market capitalization has no influence on the value of a currency. This remark goes against popular thinking and initiates an intriguing discussion about the measures we use to evaluate cryptocurrencies. Garlinghouse's upbeat outlook on XRP may not surprise those acquainted with the digital currency's path and Ripple's larger goals. Ripple has continuously underlined the significance of cross-border transactions, remittances, and global payment infrastructures, all of which might benefit from the use of XRP. In addition, the business has created agreements with various financial institutions across the globe to demonstrate the usability and real-world application of XRP. Garlinghouse isn't only hyping the price appreciation potential of XRP as a Bitcoin replacement. Instead, he's implying that XRP's usefulness and acceptance might match, if not exceed, Bitcoin's. It is a future in which XRP is not simply another cryptocurrency, but is firmly ingrained in the world's financial institutions and processes. A fresh thread has been weaved into the complicated tapestry of the legal dispute between the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple Labs. Judge Annalisa Torres has granted her approval for the addition of an investment banker declarant, a move that had previously been met with opposition by Ripple owing to the law firm's involvement with the SEC. Andrew A. Kunsak, representing the prominent legal firm Sidley Austin LP, has been authorized to participate in the SEC's against Ripple Labs litigation. According to the court document, Kunsak's input is designed to guarantee that no secret facts get out, in accordance with an earlier court order that had sealed some material. This is specifically linked to the SEC's motion about the Hyman speech documents and Ripple's motion regarding its revenue information from XRP sale. Given the complexity of blockchain in the crypto world, such cases often go into areas where critical corporate or shareholder information may be jeopardized. The court's action seems to be a precautionary effort to protect such data, particularly given the SEC's determination to challenge a recent decision by Judge Torres. In a noteworthy turn of events, the SEC has filed a move for an interlocutory appeal. Their complaint is directed at Judge Torres' decision, which stated that XRP programmatic sales are not securities under the legendary Howey test. This is a crucial difference in the realm of cryptocurrencies, outlining the thin line between conventional digital assets and those that may be regarded as investment contracts, with the latter subject to stricter laws. As the legal drama unfolds, Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderodi, said that the SEC's current goal is to get a court order to file an appeal. Contrary to popular belief, they are not explicitly appealing the decision on XRP's appealing the decision on XRP's classification as a security. An important court judgment was issued in July, and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has taken a major step forward by filing an appeal. The SEC's legal battle with Ripple Labs resulted in this historic judgment, which held that the sale of XRP to ordinary investors did not constitute the offering of a security. This new information was sent to the sitting judge, Annalisa Torres, in a letter just yesterday. Apparently, the SEC believes that the significance of her ruling requires a further review by an appeal court. According to the SEC submission, interlocutory review is needed here. The intra-district gap that has already emerged shows that these two problems concern controlling matters of law on which there is significant room for differences of opinion. The SEC wants to have the court's ruling certified that the defendants' programmatic offers and sales of XRP to purchasers on crypto asset trading platforms and Ripple's other distributions in compensation for labor and services did not entail the offer or sale of securities under the federal securities law. The Honorable Judge Annalisa had laid out her plans in great detail behind the walls of the U.S. Southern District Court. As part of these preparations, a trial was set aside specifically for investigating novel concerns that had not been addressed in the preceding arguments for summary judgment. The second quarter of 2024 has been tentatively chosen as the time frame for this study. The SEC has provided a detailed schedule in its official filing that will be used to guide it through the complex proceedings. A week after the submission of the aforementioned letter, on August 16, 2023, Ripple will have to respond. The next stages, which the SEC says should be carefully orchestrated, will be as follows. The 18th of August will see the filing of an opening brief explaining the rationale for the appeal. As a result, Ripple will need to come up with a response in the next 2 weeks. If the court approves of this well-choreographed legal pass to Troy, the SEC, which is at the head of this legal dance, will respond in kind within a week. Crucially, the scope of the U.S. SEC's appeal has been clearly defined. The agency's challenge to XRP's designation as a security is narrower and more sophisticated than the larger objection that has been raised thus far. In particular, the government is appealing the ramifications of the token's programmatic and individual sales, but not the larger categorization judgment. Since the SEC does not yet have the right to appeal, it is requesting leave to initiate an interlocutory appeal. Next week, Ripple will submit a response to the court.